Okay, for video purposes, because it's going to take a minute, I've already done this, but I'm just going to go through the steps. I take my water and spray my canvas. This is how I stretch my canvases. And then I take a paper towel and just get that puddle out, spray it enough to where it makes a puddle. And then you stand or sit and blow dry all your canvases that you want to stretch until they are completely dry. And let me get this. Now, this is a canvas that has not been cleaned or wet and dried, and you can tell the difference. Let me just smooth this real quick. Do you hear this? That's a canvas that has not been stretched at all. And this is one that has been stretched, but I'm going to stretch it a little bit further after this. Do you hear that? It's almost like a drum. Okay? Now, when they are fully stretched, which I'm going to let you hear that while I'm starting this. This is my gesso. Liquitex gesso. You can use any gesso you want. I filled this up with something else. It's not Liquitex. And you paint the back of your canvas with your gesso, just like that. And this is considered a gallery wrap canvas because, show on this one, this is still wet, by the way. Do you see the space? It's not touching the wood. You can actually get a stick in here, which is what I do to tighten my canvases after I'm done. I take a stick and I run it through this to tighten it up more. And once it's tightened, listen. It almost sounds like, you hear that? It sounds like a drum compared to the one that is not. It just sounds like a piece of paper. So that's the sound you want to hear when you have tight canvas. Okay? And I have 3 of them here that I've done. So here we are, painting up some canvases. So now that you know the steps, I guess I'll do this one too later, because wetting it and drying it takes some time. I've seen people like paint X's on the back. This is just for when you're doing resin on top of canvases. I find that this way has helped me a lot. It does not have my canvases bowing in the middle and holding on to that gesso, and holding on to the resin in a little puddle and then pulling away from the edges. That to me is not cool. You don't have to be really neat about this. Normally, stretching a canvas, you would take little wooden dolls or divots or whatever and put them in these little holes here, but most times they don't stay. So this is how I do it and get my stuff going on. I'm going to show you a canvas that I did do. That was totally off mic. I'm going to show you a canvas that I did do. This is that painting that I did from that video. It all dry. It didn't pull away from the edges. It is completely smooth. It's actually rounded on the edges, and I'm really happy about that. And I forgot to take the back because I was so excited about doing a canvas again and testing out stretching this with the water. But this is gesso. It did not puddle in the middle, nothing. This poured perfectly flat, so I am so happy about that. So, there you go. There's that paint. So that is, folks, how I stretch my canvases when I want to do a resin pour on canvas. And this isn't dry, but you can definitely hear that sound. I mean, that's like beating on a drum. You hear that? Compared to this one that has not been watered, wet, dry, nothing. Just laying these down. This just feels like a book. It's not where you can push this and it stays in the middle. You can push this and literally see my handprint. This, it bounces back the way that it should. So the resin will settle there and it'll pop back up and then level itself out. So that's my tip. Hope it helps. Peace.